So, very good morning to you all. Welcome along. We're going to start gentle. I'm going to leave the challenging stuff right to the end. Okay, we're going to do lots of gentle stuff. Then at the end there'll be a short, more advanced sequence. But the first sort of 25 minutes or so, we're going to do some pretty basic stuff. And we're just going to start with a few breathing exercises. So I'm just going to put some music on. All we have to do is just stand still. Let your arms hang down to the sides. And we're going to take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs. Take a deep breath out. Just be aware of your breath entering in through the nose, breathing out through your nose. You can just keep your eyes closed for this. Just focus in on your breath. Again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. And breathe out. As you breathe in, turn your head upwards. Look up. As you breathe out, turn your head down and look down. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, look down. Two more like this, two more. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, look down. Just continuing with the breathing. I'm just going to move myself back a little bit. I want you to breathe in, raise your arms up. So with me, breathe in. Breathe out, arms down. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, arms down. One more time. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, arms down. And finally a little breathe in with a little shoulder shrug up. And breathe out, let your hands go down. Breathe in, shrug up. Breathe out, let it go. One more time. Breathe in, shoulders up, and breathe out, let it relax down. Very good. We're going to do a little bit more mobilizing exercises now for all your joints. So we're going to just get those shoulders moving with a few mobilizing exercises. Breathing however you like. Yeah, we're not focusing on that now. Just getting those arms moving. So to start with, let's do a few little twists. I just want you to let your body go. Twist side to side. Turn your head so your neck stretches out as well. And just side to side. A few times. Just relax those arms. Let them just hang loose, swiveling round, side to side. Fantastic. Now, just with your right arm, let's do some big circles with that right arm. Don't go fast. Go slow, go gentle, gracefully. Fantastic. We're going to change it to a figure of 8. So it's just swooping round. Again, nice and slow. Just let it go in a gentle arc from side to side. Fantastic. 2 more. And left side, big circles with the left arm. Very good, and a figure of 8. Fantastic. Arms down to your sides. We're just going to side bend side to side. Slowly going side to side a few times. Now, stay on one side and just let that fingertips push down towards the floor. I don't want you to be leaning forwards, it's got to be in a side plane, just reaching down so we flex that back and let those fingertips go as far as you can towards the floor, one side. Hold it for 2 breaths. So with me, breathe in. As you exhale, let's go a little bit further and breathe in and a little bit further and release. Let's do the other side. Ooh. You can get more of a stretch if you hold it than if you just dynamically move side to side. So let's just hold it the other side now. And just to be aware of your posture, you're not leaning forwards. Your spine is just bent sideways, not forwards, not backwards. Now take 2 deep breaths. Each time you exhale, we're going to push those fingertips a little further down. So breathe in with me. And breathe out. And go further. And breathe in. And a little bit further. And release. Very good. I was almost touching the floor. Not quite. Right, okay. Let's do a little push up onto the toes for me. So push up onto your toes. Now. Oh, my balance today is worse than last week. Okay, just sink your heels down onto the floor again. Ground yourself. Now what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in as we stand onto the toes and then breathe out as we lower down. Let's go quite slowly on this. So inhale, rise up, nice and high. Exhale, heels down. Good. Inhale, rise up. See how high you can get. Exhale, feet down. Twice more. Let's do this just 2 more times. So nice slow breath in, rise up onto your toes. Exhale, lower yourself down. 1 more time. So big slow inhale as we come up slowly onto your toes. And finally we breathe out and let the heels sink back down into the ground. Nice and stable again. Very well done. Okay, so that's we've mobilized the joints. We've done a few moves up and down. We're going to do some standing sequence now. So we will be doing some of the usual stuff on this, and then we'll just do a little bit different stuff as well. So the first one we're going to be doing is our chair, our squat, and our forward fold in this sequence. Yeah, we're not doing any twists just yet. Okay, so we're just going to start off raising the hands up as we inhale. Palms facing each other. Now slight bend of the knees. Stick your bum out. Look up towards your hands. Push your chest forwards. We're just going to hold this for a couple of breaths, our chair position. Feel the muscles in your legs strengthening as they hold you in position. Breathe at your own rate. Slow breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now, when you come to an inhale, I want you to inhale, stand up. Exhale, clasp your hands together and down a little bit deeper. So again, we're going to hold this position. The muscles in your legs are strengthening to hold you in that position. So let's just hold it for a few breaths at your own pace. Very good. Now on an inhale, as you get to an inhale, we stand up, arms up. And we're going to do our first forward fold. So breathe out into our forward fold, hang down. Now the first one of the day doesn't need to be too low. It's entirely up to you how far you take those fingers. If your fingers are on the floor, perfect. If they're not, if they're by your knees, that's okay too. We are going to hold for a few breaths though. So a couple of inhale, exhale cycles. On the exhale, just see if you can sink a little bit further down, always on the exhale. Just let those fingertips creep towards the floor. Or if the fingers are on the floor, just see if you can get your palms down onto the floor. Hold for 2 more breaths. When you come to an inhale, we're going to uncurl, slowly bringing the arms up. And exhale, bring your arms down. Fantastic. Let's go through all that again. So, we're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the knees. This is our chair position. So again, hold for a couple of your breaths. Very good. On an inhale, we stand up. We're going to go deep into our squat now, hands together. Deep down. Now, a full yoga squat. Your heels are going to come off the floor and you're going to sit almost right down onto the floor. If you're like me and lose your balance, that's okay. Now, on an inhale, when you get to an inhale, stand up. Oh, that was a good one. Exhale, forward fold. Couple of deep breaths on the forward fold. Again, trying to keep the knees locked, fingertips towards the floor, hands on the floor if you can. Just let it hang. Fantastic. On an inhale, when you get there, let's lift the arms up. Exhale, arms down. Now if your feet are slightly apart like mine are, I just want you to bring them in a little bit so that feet are directly under the hips, yeah? So that may be a bit closer, maybe you were there already, doesn't matter. Okay, we're just going to keep them under the hips. Let's do the sequence again, and we're just going to do a little walk when we get to the forward fold. So breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, chair. Little bend of the knees. Make sure your lower back should be concave. You should be bringing your chest forwards, sticking your bum out behind you. Hold that position. Again, focusing on your own breath. Long, slow breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. When you get to an inhale, we're going to stand up. Exhale, squat down a little bit lower this time. Again, if you want to come right down so you're on your toes, that's okay. Do what you can. It's all about finding your own position, finding what's comfortable for you. When you reach an inhale, let's stand up. And we're going into our forward fold now. So big exhale, bring your hands down. Fantastic. Now, whether your hands are on the floor or whether your hands are on your legs, just bring your hands back onto your ankles and bend your knees a little bit. So grip your ankles with your hands, bend your knees a little bit. Now we're just going to walk the feet just by lifting one heel up and then the other heel up. So just walk the heels while you're gripping your ankles. So we're just walking those heels up and down, shifting the weight foot to foot. Now the leg when the heel's on the floor, I want you to try and push the knee back on that side to stretch the calf muscle, the hamstring muscle. So as you lift one heel, the other leg should straighten. The heel you're lifting, knee can be bent. Just going to do a few more times walking the heels. And again, as you push one heel into the floor, that leg is going to straighten. Nice stretch. Now, stop walking. Straighten out both knees if they're bent. And now take 2 more deep breaths and just see if you can get those fingertips a little bit further down towards the floor. Or if you're already on the floor, bring your palms down onto the floor. Get even more stretch. Fantastic. Let's breathe in. Stand up. And breathe out. arms down. I feel like I've had a really good stretch in my back. Now, we're just going to change things a little bit for the next few minutes, and we're just going to do a twist. But I want to start off in a slightly different position. You might want to turn sideways on your mat. I'm going to still face the front. We're going to take one foot slightly behind the other. So as you can see, horizontally, widthways, there's a gap between my feet. I don't want one foot directly behind the other. That's going to be very unstable. So we have one to the side, maybe on sides of the mat. One toe is pointing forwards, other toe is pointing to about 45 degrees outwards. Little gap between the knees. Now I want you to keep the back leg straight, bend the front knee. Fantastic, keeping your back upright. Keep your shoulders turned towards the front. Don't let your body twist, yeah? We want to keep those shoulders towards the front, back leg straight, back heel is on the floor. Fantastic. Now what we're going to do, this is going to be nice and easy. We're going to take the hand that's close to the front leg and we're just going to rest the elbow or the forearm onto that knee. Okay, now with the other hand, we're going to twist up towards the ceiling. So quite an easy twist, this one. We're just going to try and open out, twist the upper back, and we're going to hold this position for a few breaths. So it's nice and easy, just resting that elbow on the other knee. As you reach and exhale, bring the arm down. Inhale, both arms up. Very good. And then on the exhale, we're going to bring the hands down, and then we're going to change sides. So let's take the other foot forwards. So make sure you get that width spacing between your feet. The back foot is turned out to 45 degrees. Fantastic. Bend that front knee. Push your weight forwards over that front foot. Keep your shoulders square to the front. Now, hand that's closest to the front knee, just rest the elbow on the knee. I'm too kind to you today, and I'm making it really easy. Now we're going to twist the other arm up and turn, so we're going to stretch through the back. Big twist. We'll stay here for a few breaths. As you reach and exhale, let's bring that hand down. And then inhale, both hands up. Hold for a couple of breaths again, push into the stretch, so push that front knee forwards a little bit more. And when you reach and exhale, let's bring those arms down again and step forwards. Excellent. So we are going to do that a couple more times, and we're just gonna, let's think about, yes, we'll just do it the same. Let's do it once more the same, and then we'll think about maybe doing a slightly more advanced version. Yes, so we're just going to take one foot back. Just take a moment to get yourself stable. Okay, so gap between your feet widthways, rear toe turned out to 45 degrees. Okay, let's add in just an arm raise at the beginning of this one as well. Yep, so, and we'll go through the sequence a little bit faster now. So, with me, push, breathe in, arms up, and push forwards into that front knee. Okay, take a couple of breaths here. Just waiting for the music to start. It's going to do it, I'm sure. There it is. Okay, so we're going to bring the arms down, rest your arm on your knee, twist up. Twisting up on an inhale, twist down on the exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down, change sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, push forwards. Inhale as we hold. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, twist up. One breath in this position. When we reach another exhale, we come down. Inhale, arms up. Push forwards. Exhale, arms down. Let's change sides. We're going to do one more on each side. Into position. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, push forwards. Inhale, stay up. Exhale, arms down. Rest the arm on the knee. Twist up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, arms down. Let's do one more on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the front knee forwards. Keep body square onto the front. Okay, exhale, hands down. We're going to do a twist up. Hold for a breath. When we reach the next exhale, we bring the arms down. Inhale, arms up. Fantastic. Exhale, arms down. Now, this position in yoga, it's called Warrior 1. Okay, we're going to change it now to Warrior 2, but we're not going to call it that. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider this time, across the width of the mat. Okay. Now, instead of turning the foot out to 45 degrees, we're going to turn it all the way out to 90 degrees. Okay. And we're going to do a similar thing. In fact, let's go that way. I'm happier that way. I don't know why. I always feel one side's better than the other. So, when we bring the arms up, we're just going to bring them out to shoulder height. So on an inhale, bring your arms up. On the exhale, bend that front knee and push forwards as far as you can. Fantastic. Now, that front arm, instead of resting it on the knee, we're just going to bring it to the side of the knee. Okay, we're going to bring the hands together, and then we're going to open out into a big twist up. Oh, I got a really nice click in my back then, in a good way. Fantastic. Bring the hands down to meet. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms down. Then we're going to do the other side. Similar sequence to what we did on the half block. This is called a full block because you're blocking with the other foot to stabilize you. Okay, so breathe in, arms up, shoulder height. Breathe out, bend. I'll leave the breathing up to you actually. It's not so critical on this. Ideally, when you move upwards, you breathe in, and downwards, you breathe out. Fantastic. So push forwards into that stretch. We'll take the outstretched front arm down to the side of the knee. Take it down as low as you can towards the floor. Meet the hands together and then twist up. Fantastic. Hold for a few beats, a few breaths. Okay, bring your hands down. Now we're going to bring the arms up. Stay here. Push forwards. Bring your arms down and bring yourself back to neutral. Let's do a couple more on each side. So, change direction again, toe turns out. 90 degrees on the back foot. Breathe in, arms up. Push forwards into our position. Yeah, as further forwards as you can go. Get a nice big stretch in that inner thigh. You should feel it there. Okay, the front arm we're going to bring down to the side of the leg, and down and down and down and down and down, and then the other hand meets it. Then we twist up. Let's hold it here. This is a nice position to be holding in for a few breaths. You can always push that front knee further forwards. Oh, I got my fingers onto the floor there. That's excellent. And then release the hand down to meet the other one. Bring both arms up. Turning now towards that front foot. And then exhale, arms down over to the other side. Again, bring arms out, push forwards, bending that front knee, stretching out as far as you can. Let's take the front arm down to the side of the knee, towards the floor, other hand gets to meet it, and then we twist up, keeping that back leg straight. Now, if you can sink down more, see if you can get those fingers onto the floor, just sinking in towards that front leg. Excellent. Hold here for a couple of breaths, and then hand down to meet the other one. Both hands up. Hold it here. Ooh, I'm getting extra stretch. Excellent. And then arms down as you exhale. I think we've got time for one more on each side. So let's do that same thing once more on each side. See if you can get your body, when you're in that position, low down. Get your hips down towards the floor. We're going to get even more stretches into those hips and thighs. So turn one toe out. Push forwards. Now from here, one hand comes down to the side, the front arm towards the side of that leg. Other hand comes down to meet it, and then we unfold, twist up. Excellent. While in this position, if you want to lower yourself down a little bit more, stretch down. Yes. Hold. Couple more seconds. Okay, meet the hands together. Hold your body position low. Bring your arms up. And bring your arms down. We're going to do one more on the other side. We've got really good stretch in that leg there. That feels wonderful. So let's turn the other way. One toe pointing outwards, one toe crossways at 90 degrees. We're going to bring the arms up. It's our last one on this sequence. Now bend that front knee, push forwards. Excellent, just hold it there. Nice, strong position. Now this front arm is going to come down to the side of that knee. Other hand comes down to meet it. And then we're going to do a big twist up. Arms should be in line with each other. And then while you're holding this, let's see if we can bend that front knee a little bit more. Bring that hand down closer to the floor. Excellent. Hold it for a few seconds. Okay, bring your arm down, and then both hands come up. Still stretching that front leg, push forwards. You're using a lot of strength in that front leg to support your body weight, so we're building up strength in this position. A couple of deep breaths. And then on an exhale, bring the arms down. Come back into neutral. Excellent. Have a little shake out. Really good. Really good. Now, let's just do one final stretch. So feet nice and wide. We're going to do one big forward fold, and we're going to be holding it. So breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, forward fold. And again, let's see if we can get those fingertips close to the floor. If they're on the floor, maybe see if you can get your palms down onto the floor, yeah? And if your palms are on the floor and it's easy, maybe get right down with your elbows on the floor, but keep those legs straight. Those of us that aren't very flexible, that can't even get our fingertips to the floor, it's very surprising to see people with their elbows right on the floor, but it is possible, and the flexible people among us can do it quite easily. So keep practicing. Okay, we're going to take a breath in and unfold slowly. And breathe out. Arms down. Excellent work. I did say, didn't I, earlier, that we were going to save the challenging stuff for the end. It's not that challenging, and it's only about 5 minutes. Okay, so do this if you can. If you find any of this a struggle, don't worry too much. You can do your own thing, do as much of it as you can. Let me just still get in that camera position right for this. So, on the end of your mat, guess what we're going to do? We're going to try a couple of sun salutations. We haven't done these for a while, so let's talk it through slowly. Standing on the end of the mat, with the mat behind you. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, forward fold. Stretch here. Breathe in, release the stretch. Breathe out, hands all the way onto the floor. You may bend your knees if you need, and then either walk back or step back into high plank. So high plank, you're on your hands and toes. Now we're going to bend the elbows, bring your chest down towards the floor, and then push upwards into upward facing position. So we're looking up, we're keeping that chest up high. From here, we're going to tuck the toes, push back into downward facing position. From downward facing position, we're going to walk or bring one foot forwards. And then the other foot comes forwards, and then we hold in the stretch, and then we breathe in as we bring the arms up, and breathe out, bring the arms down. How was that? We've got time for about 2 of these, I think, so not too many. Again, if you can't do it all, don't worry, do what you can. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, release. Breathe out, hands to the floor. Step or walk back into high plank. Now I want to drop the chest down towards the floor and then lift up your shoulders, looking forwards. Nice stretch through the abdomen. From here, tuck the toes, push back into downward facing position. If you can get the heels onto the floor, that's amazing, but don't worry if you can't. Okay, we're going to step or walk it forwards. Bring the other foot forwards. Straighten the knees so we get a little extra stretch here. Fingertips towards the floor. Then a big inhale as we stand up. Exhale, arms down. Let's go straight into the next one. Straight into the next one. Okay, so breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, forward fold. Take a release here and then hands down onto the floor. Step back into plank and then bend your elbows, bring your body down and look up. Onto your toes, push back, downward facing position. Big step forwards. And the other one. A little final stretch here. And then stand up. And arms down. Guys, just because we've got an extra minute on this, I'm going to just show you one thing that I want you to have a go at, and we're going to do this next week. But if you want to practice before next week, I'm just going to show you a little jump. So watch me here. This is for next week. I want you to practice this if you can during the week. So I'm going down into my high plank. That was it. That was where I should have done a jump. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is we're going to try and jump back into high plank and straight into upward position, then downward position, and then we're going to jump forwards with both feet. That's going to be for next week. Okay, so if you want to have a practice of that, instead of stepping back in the sun salutation, you jump back. In fact, you want to have a go at that now? Any thumbs up if you do? I'm seeing no thumbs. Let's just do it once. Let's just do it once. Okay, arms up. Forward fold. Now prepare yourself. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the hands onto the floor and then see if you can jump your feet back into high plank. Excellent. Wasn't too bad, was it? Let's tuck the toes, come up into upward facing position, bend the elbows. Push back into downward facing position. Now, from here, see if you can jump both feet forwards. And then stand up. Very good. Did any of you have a go at that? How did you find it? Thumbs up if it was not too bad. Yes, one up, one down. Okay, that's fine. We'll do some more of those next week. I'll give you a few tips next week of how to do that. And we'll a little bit more time next week on the sun salutations, and we will give you an option to add in the jump. Of course, you don't have to. Okay, you never have to. So let's get down onto the floor. We're going to do cat and cow stretches. Finally. So, if I can get myself in the middle of the screen. So hands and knees, tabletop position. All we've got left to do is a few stretches. So, hope I haven't put you off coming back next week. That jump will be optional. So, arch your back up towards the ceiling. Head hangs down in front into our cat stretch. See if you can get your back as high as possible. Arching your back up. Now we're just going to reverse it, bring the tummy down. Head comes up into cow position. We go backwards and forwards at your own pace now between those two positions. Slowly taking your time, but just go at the pace that feels comfortable for you. Trying to get as much height into the cat, and then get your back concave as much as you can for the cow. I'm going to give you another 10 seconds. Fantastic. Neutralize your body back into the middle. We're going to sit back onto the heels. Take your knees a little bit wider. Push your hands forwards and bring your chest down towards the floor. This is our child's pose. We're just going to hold this for a few seconds. Breathing deeply. Long, slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. Let's hold it here for another couple of deep breaths. Very slowly bring your body back up into tabletop. Walk your hands back towards your knees, and we're going to kneel up. Fantastic. Slowly bring yourself up to a standing position. Nice and slowly, please don't go too fast. And we're going to finish how we started. We're just going to take a few deep breaths. So with me, breathe in, look up. Breathe out, look down. As you breathe, think about what we've done today. Think about how your body is getting stronger. Think about how your body is getting more flexible. Breathing in as we look up. Breathing out as we look down. And we're going to finish with one deep breath in and look up. Let's bring those hands up. Bring your hands together and bring your hands down as you exhale in front of your chest. And release. Very well done. Okay, it goes quick, doesn't it? 40 minutes does go quite quick. Maybe I have to make it an hour. I think it's just about right, actually, for me, 40 minutes. So very well done on all that I hope I didn't frighten you off by adding in that jump. The jump you don't have to do. It's just if you feel like you just want to make that sun salutation a little bit more energetic, a little bit more dynamic, you can add in that jump. We will do that next week, but it won't be compulsory. You can always do it the other way as well. And we won't be doing it for too long again. Okay, and there's not going to be a whole long section of sun salutations. We'll just add in a few. So thank you for joining me. Hope you have a nice day. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you next time, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday and Wednesday every week. So take care. I'm going to come over and chat to you. So don't go away on Zoom. And here we are. Switch my camera. Did anyone do the jump back? Did anyone manage it? Margaret, yes? Good.
2 inches.
Sorry, John?
About 2 inches.
That's okay. It's all about working out what you can do and not worrying about what other people are doing. You know, I've seen people a million times more flexible who can just do it smoothly and gracefully and you know, with it, it's amazing. But it's all about just doing what you can do. Okay, not worrying about anyone else. It's your session, yeah. It's your practice, and you can do it however you like. Okay. Oh, everyone else okay?
Yeah, I found that the jump, I could do both, but the jump back, it just twinged my right hip. So
Oh yeah. You just have to be really careful. I'll be totally honest with you. Okay. We're supposed to teach the jump as the advanced version of the sun salutation, okay? The sun salutation includes the jump if you're doing the advanced version. Personally, I find it spoils the flow and it's not so graceful. Adding in a jump, everything else you can get to be smooth and graceful, and you can bring one foot back, the other foot back. As soon as you add the jump in, it becomes something else. It becomes a dynamic exercise, which is fine for those that want to do it. But I will do it next week. As I've said, I will give you that option. But for me, if I'm doing it as a nice, slow, graceful flow from one position to the other, the jump does sort of jar a little bit. So having told you to do it, I'm now telling you not to do it. Especially if you feel any twinges, Caroline. If anything like that, it's probably, even if it just happens once, it's probably best to avoid it. Yeah, listen to your body, do what your body, if you find something doesn't work for you, then there's always different options, there's always different ways to do it. Does that make sense? Very good. Have a lovely day. Feel free to chat to each other if you want to. Yep, see you Friday. See you Friday. Take care, everyone. Bye.